Ngema Zuma has received an honorary doctorate of humane letters from Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina. The First Lady received the degree for her service to South Africa and the global population, especially in the field of healthcare. Well, we're very honored to have her in studio with us to tell us more about her achievement. The First Lady herself, Madam Bongi Ngema Zuma. So good to have you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good morning, Lee.
Yeah, good morning to you. You know, I don't know. Can I call you Dr. Madame? Madam Doctor? What do we do now? I'm completely confused.
I'm also going to confirm with protocol, but I think it's Madam Doctor.
Isn't that nice? That is fantastic. Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
And well deserved, especially for, you know, for the work that you're doing in diabetes here in South Africa.
Thank you.
How did you find out about it? What made them give this to you?
I think it started from I was wanting to do a doctorate, and so I was in liaison with some tutor and, you know, for online studying. But then having submitted my submissions for where I want to take, you know, my whatever studies to, then the tutor actually, or the coach then decided to compile, and then they started working on it until it was a thick document from where I started to now, and my observations and all of that. So I started wanting to study towards, but then it ended up being like something that comes before I even do, because I thought I'd done enough in terms of research from where we started, my journey with a pathway to a diabetes-free South Africa.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, but using the foundation and what we have observed over the years from 2010 to now.
I'm going to talk a little bit more about your work and what you've done with regard to trying to combat diabetes here in South Africa. But let's talk a little bit more about Shaw University, because it's a university that's got such a rich history.
Rich history, yes.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about this particular university.
It is one of the first universities for the natives, if you want to call it the way the Americans do, that was founded for black people. We were taken through the tour of the university as well, the very first university to have a female dormitory in America. It's about 149 years old. Next year they will be celebrating 150 years. And it has about 20,000 students in their various campuses.
Yeah. And you had you gave a talk, obviously, after you received the
commencement speech, yes.
Which was wonderful, and I believe that in this particular speech of yours, you were just talking to the students there and saying that we need your help. We need your help to try and take forward what you are trying to achieve in Africa.
Yes, more that, and why am I now conferred this doctorate? Obviously, they would want to know the history, but also motivating them that when you start going to work, when you have a career, there's something more than money, richer than what you earn as a salary, and that is helping someone reach his goals.
Yeah.
That is a paycheck.
Yeah, it must be quite amazing to be honoured so far away from home, all the way in North Carolina in the United States, as opposed to being honoured here by one of our universities. How does that make you feel?
Well, for me, it says we are on the right track as a foundation. We have put South Africa on the globe, because it's not only maybe from this honour. Last year, for instance, in November, I was attending the World Diabetes Congress, where I also was a keynote speaker for the parliamentary champions on diabetes. And that for me says we are saying something that is right. So we are on the right track, and we are happy that we've raised our profile through the work that we are doing. It's not the first honor, by the way, that I'm receiving from an international institution. Last year I received the award from Rotary International, which is the highest award you can get. I'm a Paul Harris Fellow. Yeah. And that is something that says the world is observing what we are doing. Whatever we're doing is right. Fantastic.
Let's now go back to the beginning. Why diabetes? Why have you decided to take on this cause?
It's a story that is very personal to me. I come from a family that is affected by diabetes in a huge way. My mother lived with diabetes for more than 20 years. And I observed how she managed diabetes with little or no information, and how she managed to put it to its place and make it look like nothing.
Yeah.
Yes. So I observed how she changed her lifestyle the way she prepared her food. She changed it for the entire family, actually, because she changed the way she cooked for us. And that is how we grew up, knowing that you should eat food, to eat vegetables. But over and above, I think she was just listening to what the doctors were telling her and then doing as she was told. We knew that when her levels were like 11, it was high. But we did not know what it should be.
Yeah.
You know. So it raised my interest because I observed her and my aunt from my paternal side, who also was diabetic, type 2 diabetic, but then was also taking insulin injections. And the way they carried themselves, and how my aunt was in and out of hospital for unmanaged sugar levels.
Yeah.
And how my mother never went to hospital except the time that she was deteriorating, where it was complicating.
Yeah.
Till the time that she died.
Which is, it's quite difficult, because a lot of people here in South Africa, I suppose, live the same lives. I mean, we've got, when you look at the work that you're doing and you look at South Africans, how is the prevalence of diabetes among South Africans?
It is very high.
Yeah.
Let me say worldwide, there are 382 million people that have diabetes. 50% of those people are not aware that they have diabetes, because there is nothing that is painful when you have diabetes. The story in Africa is different. It's 15 million people in Africa that have diabetes.
Yeah.
82.5% in Africa do not know that they have diabetes. So the level of awareness is almost zero.
Yeah.
So that's where we are starting as a foundation, with other NGOs also that are involved in diabetes as well. But we need more people to tell the story and say, in just 2012 to 2013, it killed 4.8 million people worldwide. Every 6 seconds, someone somewhere in the world dies because of diabetes complications. And if we can look at that 6 seconds from the time I entered here, how many people have died?
Absolutely. And it's controllable.
It's controllable,
That's
it's
the reality.
manageable.
Yeah.
But if you don't have knowledge of what is happening to you, so that is what our mission is, to educate people, to motivate people, you know, to help them live with diabetes, live a normal life.
A normal life.
But also those that are not diabetic, you can prolong the onset if you were going to be diabetic.
What do you do? Do you go into
It's
areas...
exercise.
And do you go, as your foundation, do you go into areas that perhaps, I suppose, you know, when you've got people that are living so far and remote in rural areas that diabetes is the last thing they're even thinking of, do you go and test? Do you go and see what's happening
We
there?
do a lot of outreach campaigns where we go to communities.
Yeah.
And our primary focus is communities where information scarcely go to. Like, let me make an example. Last year in November, our biggest World Diabetes Day commemoration was in Kiani. We passed people from about 4 villages in that area. We had attendance of over 7,000 people attending. So we started with a walk of 5 kilometers to promote physical activity.
Yes.
And also to raise awareness around the area, even to the people that were not participating. We were fortunate to have the Deputy Minister of Health, Dr. Gwen Ramekgopa, with us, walking, and we were leading that walk. And then when we came back, it was screening, and, you know, for various diseases, not just diabetes. It doesn't live in isolation.
Yeah.
But then after that, educating people and, you know, that interaction with people.
Yeah.
We have a lot of those where especially in the rural areas, you cannot send them flyers or expect them to be watching Morning Live.
Yeah, that's the reality.
You have to go to them.
Yeah,
Yes.
and go out and educate them. And I know that you keep pushing this healthy lifestyle, because that is really at the core of it all.
It's the bottom
Yeah.
of everything. If we can all adopt a healthy lifestyle, where you exercise at least 4 times a week, 30 minutes, anything that you do until you sweat. We always like complicating things and thinking exercise needs a Virgin Active membership.
Yeah.
And then people will have an excuse, I cannot afford it. But you have to exercise. You can walk from here to Radio Park twice a day.
Yeah.
10 minutes intervals, you can do your exercise while you are in your studio. You don't have to go to a gym. If you like dancing, which is what I like.
Yes.
I like Saichugucha.
I love it. And that's what you do.
Dance,
you switch the music
until
on in the
you
morning
sweat.
and you
Yes,
go.
dance until you sweat. Or do
love
whatever that makes you, you know, that's exercise.
Yeah.
But also manage what you eat. Less salt, more vegetables, more fruits.
Yeah.
In your plate, half of your plate should be vegetables. Your spinach, your whatever, more the greens. And then the half should be your protein and then your starch.
Yeah. What about our president? How vigilant is he? Because he's looking good, I have to tell you.
He is very vigilant about his gym.
Yeah, we can see
He exercises
that. How often
every
does
morning.
he go? Does he go every morning?
He doesn't go to a gym, but he exercises every morning.
Every morning.
He is religious about it.
Amazing. Because it's
and I think
vital.
that's what keeps him healthy.
Especially when you have a stressful job. And I'd rank his as one of the most stressful jobs at the moment.
I don't wish to be a president.
I also wouldn't. I wouldn't want to do that. So I mean, you have to keep on looking after yourself. And does he also look after what he eats and all of the things that you talk about?
He does eat healthy, but an advantage there is that there are people preparing his food and ensuring that he eats according to what is right. But I always say, people they say there is a diabetic diet. There is no diabetic diet. We should all not be eating junk food.
Yeah.
Fried food and too much salt and all the achars and stuff. No to that. That should be a treat once a month if you have to, if you truly have to. Otherwise, we should all be eating food that is cooked with less oil, more boiled or steamed, or you can still make it nice. Portions are also key. Yeah. This Mount Kilimanjaro of pap is not working for anyone.
It isn't. It really isn't. It's unbelievable.
People say, no, I don't eat a lot of starch. I only eat pap and then the rest. But then they put a teaspoon of cabbage and Mount Kilimanjaro of starch of pap.
That's just not the way to do it.
But I always say, let's not make it hard. If you're used to eating 5 spoons of pap, let's start by cutting it 2. Because you won't be able to move from 5 to half a spoon. Yeah. So let's do half of what you were eating starting from today, but add exercise.
And it is. I mean, it's so, you can make exercise fun. You talk about dancing, and listen.
Dance.
Your husband is a dancer. I mean, do the two of you get down? You must get down. I can see, look, there you go. Look at the two. There's a nice picture over there. Look at him dancing. I mean, you can make exercise fun as well. And you've got to realize that. I like what you said. It's not about joining an expensive gym to exercise. Do it at home, walk around, just,
I love the walk. I love walking around the block. Sometimes I do it twice, and I know my walking around the block is 1.5 kilometers. So if I do it twice, I've done 3. Yeah. And it's nice to do it in the morning before you start your day. I'm not sure about your kind of work.
No, I can't do anything before I start my day. I do it after I've started my day.
Yes, but it's the most enjoyable thing. After doing it, you feel so good.
Yeah, it does. It makes you feel absolutely amazing. So, but listen, I think you're doing unbelievable work. I can see there's the health minister as well, who's participating in this walk that you were talking about. And that's I think what it's all about. But just congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
I just think that I think you're a great example for what we should be doing here in South Africa, and influencing the rest of the world with what you are achieving with your foundation.
Adopt a healthy lifestyle. Plant a little patch of vegetables in your home, so that you are sure that they are organic.
That's it. That's also important.
You're sure that it's organic, because you go to the shops and they sell you this round-shaped shomas who's all ripe on the same. You're not sure that it's organic. But if you get your spinach from your garden, get your beetroot from your garden, you are sure what you're eating is right. Yeah. But a square meter like this, you can have carrots and beetroot.
Yeah. And you know that what you're getting is the...
It's saving you money, but also while you're tilting your garden, you're exercising.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you coming in. I know you're busy, I know you're tired, and it's a big week, especially with the presidential inauguration coming up this week.
It's true.
We wish you all the best for this particular week as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. An absolute pleasure. Madame Doctor, I think that's what we're now going to be addressing, Madame Doctor herself, Bongi Ngema Zuma, talking to us here, the First Lady of South Africa, who has been awarded an honorary doctorate from Shaw University in North Carolina for her sterling work when it comes to the eradication of diabetes here in South Africa. It's been great speaking to her. All right, let's take